Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Man. Let's speak about the 5 love languages. I know that people just look at these like it's something that I just like to do. This is something that I made up. This is something that I'm just going to give my partner so they can live by these rules. I have looked just a little bit into this, and I have little information that I've written down that I do want to read to you. So what is the importance of love languages? What is a love language? The term love language refers to the way that a person prefers to express love and to receive it from a partner or family member. The term is now often used generally to refer to many different methods of expressing love, but the concept and term was introduced by author and counselor Dr. Gary Chapman, who proposed 5 specific love languages in 1992. This definition is saying that love languages, Dr. Gary Chapman created 5 specific love languages in 1992, and the purpose of these are expressions of how people like to be loved and the things that they like to do. So when we hear God say people will know you by your fruit, it means that someone will know that you're a nice person. Someone will see that you're a nice person, or they'll know that you're a mean person. They'll see that you're a bad person. So that, in a sense, to me, what the 5 love languages are, it's someone knowing you by your fruit, right? When you spend time with someone, you're going to know the different things that they require just by being around them. I think the 5 love languages is something that every person should look into for themselves. I do not think it is something that you just make up along the way and now you got with somebody, now y'all trying to figure out what it is. I think that you don't even have to speak about those things, period. Now, when it says family, I did add the family part in because I feel like it's not just always something being intimate with another person or a partner or a spouse. I think family should have or should know your love languages as well, because those were the first people to know you. Those were the first people to love you. So let's get into what the doctor says these are. I'll give you my explanation and then I'll give you what he said they mean. So the first love language is act of service, performing actions that make your partner and or family feel loved and appreciated, such as helping with chores or doing errands without being asked to. Acts of service, like I said, in these definitions, I added and or family. The doctor just said partners or spouse, but I believe this could go for partner, spouse, family, just wherever. An act of service is something that you do not have to ask for. It comes natural. Like, these love languages is not something that you ask for. It's not something that's made up. The person either going to have these qualities or they're not. These are not things that you can make somebody do, force somebody to do, teach someone to do. An act of service is something they're going to do from their heart. If acts of service is your love language, then most of the time you're going to be around, or you would like to be around, other people that performs acts of service. If you like to do chores, you're going to want your partner to do chores as well without having to act. If your family, see, and that's why I said family, because most of the time there is people in this generation that do not do chores. They don't know how to wash dishes, do not know how to cook and do certain things. And I feel like when we talk about love, it all started at home first. So that's why I added family in. If you were with your family and they taught you how to do chores, you automatically have that act of service. So now that you're an adult, that's something that you always do. I know I have to keep this place clean. And so you're not going to want somebody that's dirty around you or in your space or anything like that. Most of the time you're going to seek or be found with someone that also has acts of service. An act of service is something that you genuinely do. It's a chore. It's just helping with something in general. Gifts, giving thoughtful presents to your partner or family. When you gift someone, it is never just a special occasion. When people do things just based off special occasion, it's Valentine's Day, it's Christmas, it's only your birthday, you only get gifted on like 4 or 5 months out of the year. There is 12 months in a year, 365 days a year, especially when it comes to a spouse. If you're talking about the love languages in a form of a spouse or a partner, this person should be giving you acts of service every single day. This person should be giving you gifts every single day. When you give gifts, it's genuine. A gift is not always spending money. We always think we have to spend money, wrap something up, have somebody drop something off. A gift can be a compliment. A gift could be a massage. A gift can be whatever it is that you want that to be. Quality time. Spending time with your partner or family and giving them undivided attention. Quality time is you spending time with the people or the person that you say you love. How can you love someone? How can you know someone? How could you do for someone if you're not spending time with them? There is no such thing as a long distance relationship. There is no such thing as a you do me, I'ma do me, and then we're gonna come back and figure this out relationship. A relationship with a family or a partner is you spending quality time together. If you don't have time, then you don't have anything. If you're busy or whatever, you're going to make time. People make time for people, places, things, objects, or whatever that they want to. If someone is not giving you quality time, you're not worth that. Just period. That goes for family, whoever. Words of affirmation. Giving your partner and or family compliments and telling them how much you care about them. Words of affirmation is motivation. You're telling someone you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're so strong, you're so smart. You're always speaking life into them, not death. People speak bad words of affirmation, and that is how you know they do not care about you. They do not love you. There is no love language there at all. Those are not the people you need to be around. When you speak affirmations, that is something positive that will keep that person. What people don't understand is speaking positivity to someone, that gives them confidence. That boosts their confidence in a positive way. Speaking affirmations, you never know how many times or in how many ways you can just send love just through communicating that good morning, you're a beautiful person. If someone doesn't feel like you're worth a good morning or you're worth a compliment, they're not going to give that to you. People will say, you don't have to make up things. You don't have to. People want to do what they want to do for whoever they want to, and you do not have to force them to do that. Physical touch. Kissing, hugging, holding hands with a partner or family. Like I said with a partner or family, it is okay when you're a child to hold your parents' hand or your family's hand. It is okay to kiss your family on the cheek or the forehead, even still as an adult. It is okay to hug your family. So like I said, I'm not looking at everything from a spouse's perspective. I am also looking at it from a family perspective. So the 5 love languages are acts of service, gifts, quality time, words of affirmation, and physical touch. To be honest, you need to set aside time for yourself and see if all of all of these are you. If you are doing these things, I would highly recommend for you to check the people you're around, the people that you say you love and they say that loves you, to make sure that you're getting these things back. You're not always supposed to give and never receive. If you're giving acts of service, someone else around you should be giving acts of service. If you can make time in your schedule, they can make time in their schedule. If you can gift them, they can gift you. If you can do physical touch and all of these things, then the same rules apply. You cannot force these things. You cannot make these things up. I feel like the 5 love languages is just a form of language. It's a form of communication. Someone either has it or they do not. And if you have some of these love languages and you're not being fulfilled back, then you might have to back off. Like, seriously, it's not fair. It is absolutely not fair. When you're speaking from a spousal perspective, that is not a one-party thing. Or even from family. You shouldn't always have to do something first, always have to plan something first, always have to be positive first, always have to give and cook and clean first and all of these things. Now, like I said, people do for who and what they want to. You know how you'll be with somebody and you'll be like, oh, well, he ain't never did that for me, or oh, she ain't never did that for me. And then you'll see them or you'll hear them, or you might just have that intuition that they did it for someone else. You were just not worthy of that. And if that has happened, don't stop doing the things that you do. If you had come into a rough relationship with family or a partner and you feel like, I'm just gonna stop giving active service. I'm just gonna stop giving gifts and compliments, because you know what, this last person, do not stop doing that. God is going to bless you. God is going to restore you. Keep your language the same. Look into these love languages for yourself. Do your research. Sit with yourself, not someone else. Sit with yourself and see which, or if not all of these, fit you. And then first, before you can get these things, you have to give these things to yourself. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I can do this for somebody else, but you won't even do it for yourself. You'll make sure you come in hand and foot to somebody else, but you won't do that for yourself. And that's how people be playing us, because we be doing all of this and then they'll look like, man, she ain't even doing this for herself. And people take advantage of that. They'll see that you keep giving them gifts and giving them gifts, and I ain't even got to get her nothing because she gonna keep on giving to me. Do not worry about that. That does not mean does not give a gift to the next person. That means you have some personal work to do, and you have to make sure that you're being taken care of by yourself, self-loving yourself, making sure that you are giving yourself what you need. Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Men, these are the 5 love languages that I think you deserve for yourself when it comes that time for you to be found as a woman, when that comes that time for you to seek as a man. Then you will not have to ask someone to do these things. They will see you by your fruit. Them being around you, they will know that you require quality time, that you require gifts. You don't have to ask. You shouldn't have to ask. Do you want flowers? You shouldn't have to ask. They will understand that you need physical touch. They will understand these things. So please don't go out of your way trying to prove this and that to somebody. Work on your love languages yourself, and God will send you what you need. In the form of family, the same things apply. If you're always the one setting something up and the family don't want to do it, or they do and everybody want to argue, you got to stop setting stuff up. If you're always gifting and being nice and checking on everybody in the family, they're never checking on you and being nice, you're going to have to fall back on doing that. And there's no problem with that. Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Men, I love you. Mwah.